Past, I've tried like dating sites, Tinder, different things like that. They weren't for me. And I became aware of AFA, I'm guessing like a year or so back, something like that. And it just seemed like it was a situation that I was looking for, where I could just actually go out and just meet actual real people in the real world, face to face.
And then you decided to come to Ukraine.
Yes.
And this is war, and it didn't scare you?
No, it didn't bother me.
Didn't bother you?
No.
Then you came to Odessa first, to Ukraine. You met our staff.
Yes.
And you went on a social.
Yep.
How was the social?
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. There were a lot of women. They were all very beautiful, and I tried to meet as many of them as I could. I was not successful, and it was a lot of fun. I'd never experienced anything quite like it.
Never?
Never.
And we schedule you one-on-one introductions, right? Assistant scheduled you one-on-one dates with the ladies who never been on a social. And how that worked?
That worked pretty good. So after the social here in Odessa, I probably had maybe 10, maybe more than that, one-on-one dates with different girls that I had met. Some of them with translation, some of them without translation, some of them their English was good enough. And I would say about half of those one-on-ones, I was able to get to know them well enough to figure out whether I liked them or not. And I'd say about half of them I liked them.
Then we went to Kiev. In Kiev was the second social.
Yes.
We had 217 ladies, actually. We did our count already on a social. And how was Kiev for you?
Kiev, there were even more women in Kiev, and kind of similar situation. They were, again, very beautiful, all very interesting, very interested in me. I took down information on probably about 15 of them, and I'd say over the next 2 to 3 days, I met with probably maybe 10 or 12 of them.
Okay. And tell me, you met 10 in Odessa, 12 in Kiev. How many girls you think going to be a good match, like priority, if you're going to
for me,
narrow it down
I'd say
a
like
little?
5 of them. Yeah, I'd say about 5 of them would be like, I'd be very interested in pursuing a relationship with.
Okay. So you have 5 girls that you think that can be a good match. You went on a date today with one. I saw it.
Yes. Yes, 5 girls, but that's without that's with zero compromising. That's 5 girls that, 5 girls that I'd be very, very happy to get to know. Now, not all 5 of them speak good English, so there's a little bit of a barrier there, but I'd say 3 of them speak really good English.
And would you see that, like, if you would come here alone, if you will have the goal, like, okay, I want to meet Ukrainian girl, would it be different for you? Like, would you prefer to go on a tour again, or would you prefer to come by?
Hello guys, welcome back to Monday Night Webcast. It's good to see you. Today, as always, we're going to be answering your questions about international dating and marriage. So send in your questions, let's talk about it. In the meantime, we do have a poll question for you. Tonight's poll question is, when and why did you decide to date foreign women? Let's share the stories. And of course, let's start with the usual thing. Let's talk about our upcoming seminars. We just had a seminar in San Francisco. I've already been getting the reviews from guys who attended it. They really liked it. I'm waiting for John to come back and of course share his experience. He's still enjoying California a bit. but I'm sure he's going to be back tomorrow and tell us all about it. So, and for those of you guys that attended the seminar, thank you so much. And let's see what is gonna change in your life, what new chapter it will start. And we do have 2 more seminars that we have posted on the website as of now. We're gonna have more seminars before the end of the year. But for now, we do have Las Vegas seminar, July 12th. So what can be better? You can go on a dating seminar to learn how you're gonna meet your future life partner. And maybe do some gambling in the meantime, maybe you can catch some shows. So, you know, it will be fun. And of course, home seminar, we're all looking forward to it. Phoenix seminar, July 26th. I'm pretty sure the whole crew is gonna be here. So if you ever want to meet all of us in person, come to Phoenix. So you'll meet the whole staff and of course John and Tanya and everybody else. So looking forward to seeing you. And hopefully it's gonna be a big one, because I like when we'll have guys come in and everybody share their stories, we talk about it. It's an incredible experience. Of course, as usual, we're gonna have some returning clients that experienced our tours or solo trips, so they can tell the rest of you guys who hasn't been anywhere yet how it goes, how it works. I'm not sure if we're gonna have some couples, probably yes, usually yes. So yeah, coming over. Looking forward to seeing you in person here in Phoenix on July 26th. We do have, of course, upcoming singles tours as usual. With the next one, July Costa Rica, July 3rd. If you guys missed the previous webcast, we had the beautiful lady from Costa Rica joining us and our office manager, Gustavo. So it's good to know whom you're going to be meeting when you go to Costa Rica. So the lady's going to be at the social, and you know how the office manager looks like. So, and Gustavo is always helpful, and he's happy to work with you guys to help you find your soulmate. So great tour. Barranquilla tour, Barranquilla, Colombia, July 10th, week right after Costa Rica. So technically you can have a lot of vacation time, it's summer. So you can do Costa Rica, then jump on a plane, short flight, couple hours, and you're in Barranquilla. And continue on and meet some ladies in interesting Colombia. Also ladies incredibly nice. And you should meet them. We do have Odessa Kiev tour to Ukraine coming up in the end of July. That was sold out a long time ago, so sadly there's not much we can do about it. You can technically get on a wait list and see if somebody cancels the last moment, but it's already a long wait list, so I don't think anybody can jump on it at this point. But again, if you want to give it a try. If not, another one tour, the last tour for the year, is gonna be November Kiev tour. I'm gonna be leading that, so just Kiev, it's not Odessa, just Kiev. So if you guys thinking about that, go ahead and sign up for that. I know I already have half the tour sold, half tour is full, so don't wait till November, don't wait till I would say till September, because most likely it's gonna be also sold out. And the good thing about the tour, I like the timing, because it's usually, we always do a tour around Thanksgiving, but it's usually complicated because guys trying to spend holidays with their family and also do a tour because they have a little bit more time off, but one contradicts another. But this time it's a week before Thanksgiving, so you can go meet the ladies, but because you most likely have a little bit of extra time off, you have enough time to get back from Ukraine, because traveling takes 2 days on the way back. And you have enough time to get to family Thanksgiving, so it's a win-win situation. Or if you don't have to be at your family Thanksgiving event, it's even better. You can stay those extra 4 days longer in Ukraine to follow up with the lady you met, and see where it goes from there. So also we do have Cartagena tour on August 14th. Cartagena, Colombia, beautiful place, resort area, so you can combine vacation, meeting beautiful ladies. After that, we're gonna have a Cebu tour in the end of August. Cebu, Philippines, beautiful destination. We go there only twice a year, so it's a second and the last tour for this year. So don't wait, jump on that. And let's see if we have any answers or questions on the poll questions. See what we have. All right, we have some. So let's start with Ashan. One second. Ashan says, poll question. I officially called it quits with my now ex-wife. I was depressed and just surfed on YouTube and saw the AFA ad, went on a site, and the rest is history, been on 2 tours. Sean, actually, if you can fill me in, if you engage now or not, because I was out of the office for 2 months. I don't know where yet. I know you've been dating some wonderful ladies, and see if you're in the engage status now or not. Let me know. All right, next one, Ethan. How soon do you think these ladies want to get married? I would want to date a couple years before committing like that. Well, everybody is different, and for each destination is different. Like in the Philippines, ladies tend to commit faster than in other destinations. A lot of engagements we get during the tour dates because ladies like, okay, nice, I'm nice, we like each other, there's a chemistry, what's the point of waiting for it? Let's jump on it, let's start the process, and at least file the paperwork and start getting to know each other in the process. Other countries, Ukraine, for example, ladies do take a little longer, especially, you're not going to be going back there too often, most likely, with logistic issues, and they do want to make sure you're the right ones. They take the long, compared to the rest of the destination, they take the longest, but also it depends. 6 months, a year. I know couples that have been dating for 3, 4, 5 years sometimes before they get engaged, but although that was mostly pre-war because, now again, war just changed the logistics of travel into Ukraine now when it takes like 4 days just to get in and out of Ukraine, and so many guys don't have that much time off. It's complicated. Before, if you could just fly to Kiev, you can make a long weekend and spend the time with the loved one and go back. So now it's more complicated. Latin ladies, again, if we generalize, of course, every lady is different, but based on our staff feedback, I hear it's mostly about 6 months plus minus. Ladies would prefer to start moving forward, with engagements and building the future. So I would say 2 years, probably a little too long for majority of ladies. Of course, again, some are going to be okay with that, but 2 years is a little too long. Because you want to start, there is a reason why on this website. They want to start a family, they want to find a good, loyal guy. If they want to spend their time on date, they could just date local guys. They don't need that. That's why they want to meet the foreign guys. They heard they're wonderful, they're family oriented, and that's what they want. So 2 years is a little too long, but also with that being said, keep in mind the fiancé visa takes about a year now. So you can get engaged faster. So imagine you can date for 6 months, 8 months, something like this, and then you propose to your possible future wife, obviously, and you start the paperwork. So by the time paperwork is approved, it's about a year, and by the time she comes to the United States, which is obviously probably not the next day because she has a life, she has work, maybe she has a child that needs to finish the school, because there's about 6 months period that after her visa is approved, she has about 6 months, if I'm not mistaken, to enter the United States, and once she enters, you have 90 days to get married. If you don't get married within that time frame, she has to go back to her home country. And it's one-time visa, she cannot travel back and forth, so you really need to be sure two of you want to get married when you file. So, and also there is a limit on how many of those visas you can do per 2 years, I think, period of time. So yeah, something you want to consult the immigration attorney on. But hopefully that answered the question. So let's see what else we have. J-Boy, poor answer. 2019, a friend suggested it. I didn't have success to date in the US and tried different dating sites, then gave it a break and found AFA in the last 2 years. Thank you. So hopefully your experience is going well. So where are you at in the process? Are you getting close to travel to the whatever country? So just let us know. Eric, are the women seeking traditional gender roles or are they more modern in their relationship experience? Well, it's hard for me to generalize, all women in the world because we go, 18 different destinations. All women are different. Every culture is different from each other, so I cannot generalize. If you let me know which specific one you're thinking about, it will be easier for me. But generally speaking, if we're really doing it, yes, women are still prefer traditional gender role for the most of it. You still can, like for example, again, we take Ukraine. A lot of ladies are still open to traditional gender roles, but also A lot of ladies, probably 30-40% of ladies you meet gonna be very career oriented. They're more modern than their approach. So just need to talk to each specific lady individually. So that's why we always recommend not to do extensive correspondence, and just determine where you want to go. Maybe if you want to send a few messages or not, but don't invest your whole life in the correspondence. Just decide where you go meet a bunch of people, and this way when you meet people in person, you go on this first date, you can ask her a question like, hey, how do you view your future role? Imagine you come to America, how do you see it? And if it doesn't match, great. You have a good dinner, enjoy time with each other, and just part ways if it's not something you want in your future life. And or maybe if it's a lady you really like, maybe you can review your review. So we'll see. That's so don't set yourself set on correspondence. Just try to focus on going somewhere. Like I was talking to a guy today. He's been corresponding with a lady from Mexico since January, and he's not even ready to travel yet. He's like, well, maybe in the next 3 months I'm ready to travel to meet her. But I'm like, come on, fly to Mexico. It's easy. It's $200-300. You can go there for the weekend, at least have a first date, so you don't need to take time off. It's not that expensive. You spend that much money on correspondence from January, God only knows how much money. You could went and see her in person 6 times on the amount of money you spend. And again, Mexico is not that difficult. I mean, I understand Ukraine, okay, that may be more time consuming, or Philippines or China. I understand that takes some planning. But Mexico, jump on a plane, you don't need a visa, there's nothing you need to do, you just go. So guys, don't spend that much time corresponding, and plan your travel. Let's see, next one from Jeremy. Easy answer to the poll question. American women are no longer traditional. It wasn't a hard decision to find someone in another country. Ukrainians ladies are the most beautiful in the world. Well, Ukrainian ladies are definitely very beautiful. Other countries as well, of course, but hey, I'm biased, so since being from Eastern Europe, of course, they're very beautiful. And also, beauty industry in Ukraine or Russia, whatever, is huge. If you only knew how much time and money ladies spend on beauty procedures and gym and all this, they take a pride in looking beautiful. It's a lot of efforts to staying as beautiful as they are. So. But as far as being traditional, yes, again, majority are traditional, but people are different. So I can guarantee that you go to Ukraine and everybody is gonna be the same way. So it's good to talk to people in person. All right. Next one is from Akisik. Answer to poll question. I decided to date foreign women in the 90s when I was in college, Navy. Reason, I had just started going to clubs and frat parties, and was put off by how shallow and rude local women could be. It was right after the dissolution of Soviet Union, and I was joining the Navy, and I was commissioned December 1992, and was getting ready to travel anyway. Yeah, but although we can't compare it to, modern women to women from Soviet Union or right after it collapsed, it's a very, very different type of people. As a person who was born in Soviet Union, it's definitely a change in paradigm, so let's don't compare that. But I definitely understand where you're coming from. Also, guys, I wanted to let you know we do have a very special video for you tonight. It's gonna be from our most recent China tour. So it's gonna be some feedback. A lot of you guys were asking about it, so I'm sure you're very, very curious about that. So how about we go to China right now and see how it went on the most recent tour.
Chinese ladies, some of them would like to find their true love. Nowadays, the China society become very developed, and people who are being single or being divorced, they are eager to find their love soulmates. And when they found that the society here right now at Pleasant is not that easy to find a man that, can be the soulmates, that they are looking for the foreigners who are, respect the ladies. They know how to respect the ladies well, and then they can show their love to the ladies because they are more passionate and more likely know how to show their love to the women that they love. So that's why I think that the Chinese ladies would like to find a foreign man.
At first, I think foreign man is higher than Chinese man. And the second, I want to be a mixed blood children. I think mixed blood children is very beautiful. And the second, my two sisters, their children all born in American, so they go American many times. So if I find a foreigner, I can go the American or other countries too. And I like different. I like the foreigner culture, and I want to travel different places because in China, nearly every province I have been to. So I think world is very big. But in China, many men they take more time in work. They don't enjoy the life. But in American, maybe after work they can have many time to spend with family or travel or other things. So I think maybe it's attractive for me to find a foreigner man. Yeah.
And why are you looking for a foreign man?
你为什么想要找一个外国男朋友？
因为我觉得外国男朋友很好，对，他会给你的妹妹压死。什么？我觉得外国的男朋友会比较好，因为我们国内的人他不会说，去选你这个选那里。
Okay. So she think a foreigner man that much better than Chinese men because the Chinese men maybe they think, oh, you are not a good shape or you are not a good looks, this and that. But the foreigner man, they always think from the heart.
Because I'm working for American company, so I travel a lot to overseas, and when I met quite a lot of foreign colleagues in my business, so I think I can accept a foreigner to be a partner in my life.
Can you tell us what man you've met that you're interested in?
今天有哪个男？
Chinese ladies, they, some of them would like to find their true love. Nowadays, the China society become very developed, and the people who are being single or being divorced, they are eager to find their love soulmates. And when they found that the society here right now at Pleasant is not that easy to find a man that can be the soulmates, that they are looking for the foreigners who are, respect the ladies. They know how to respect the ladies well, and then they can show their love to the ladies because they are more passionate and more likely know how to show their love to the women that they love. So that's why I think that the Chinese ladies would like to find a foreign man.
At first, I think foreign man is higher than Chinese man. And the second, I want to be a mixed blood children. I think mixed blood children is very beautiful. And the second, my two sisters, their children all born in American, so they go American many times. So if I find a foreigner, I can go the American or other countries too. And I like different. I like the foreigner culture, and I want to travel different places because in China, nearly every province I have been to. So I think world is very big. But in China, many men they take more time in work. They don't enjoy the life. But in American, maybe after work they can have many time to spend with family or travel or other things. So I think maybe it's attractive for me to find a foreigner man. Yeah.
How old are you? And why are you looking for a foreign man?
你为什么想要找一个外国男朋友？
因为我觉得外国男朋友很饱，对，他会给你的累美压死。什么？我觉得外国的男朋友会比较好，因为我们国内的人他不会说，去嫌你这个啊，嫌你那里。
Okay. So she think foreigner men that much better than Chinese men because the Chinese men maybe they think, oh, you are not a good shape or you are not a good looks, this and that. But the foreigner men, they always think from the heart.
Because I'm working for American company, so I travel a lot to overseas, and when I met quite a lot of foreign colleagues in my business, so I think I can accept a foreigner to be a partner in my life.
Can you tell us what man you've met that you're interested in?
今天有哪个男士你比较感兴趣？印象深刻。Tom. The Chinese American guy.
Why do you like Tom?
因为交流上没有障碍嘛，是吧？
Because communication is very well. No language barrier.
Did he seem like he was interested?
觉得他对你有兴趣吗？
我们已经互加了微信了。
They have shared their contact already.
Nice. So maybe you guys will still go on a date at the end?
你们接下来可能会进行进一步的交流或者约会吗？
哦，这个就不知道了呀。对，
但是你会期待吗
期待。
？Yes. She's not sure him, but she's looking forward that.
Okay.
这个男士是吗？哦，Kelly. This one. Yes.
He has good names.
还有那一开始的那个加拿大的那个
是这位男士吗？
最
最里边哦，John 啊，会说中文。
就是说
哦，John，
John?
John, he can speak some Chinese. He come from Taiwan. He was in Taiwan for years.
他说他在台湾吗？他是在加拿大吗？
John 是之前在台湾。OK.
他现在在加拿大。
OK.
So she said Ken and John.
Yes. Kelly, not Ken.
Kelly.
Yes.
So Kelly and John.
Maybe the first name, the first one I met gave me some quite impressive. Andrew or something.
Yes.
One of the Tom, Chinese American. Another.
That's
Yeah.
popular. So you met Andrew. Yes, she met me.
So together in real, together in
Okay. Right. So tell us about Andrew here.
I'm a little shy when he
Kenny's
sees
not
here.
there.
Here.
Kenny's not there.
I think he is very kind and humor, and he looks very handsome. I think we can need more time to know each other. Yeah. What about you?
I agree.
25 years old. 小鲜肉，对吧？对。哎，好。So you do a self introduction and sing a song. Okay. Okay. Self introduction.
Hello, I am Ed, and I am 25 years old.
25. Yes.
I come from America, and I am happy to be here in China. Love to learn in China, and the culture is very interesting. I like to sing and love to mess with the computer.
OK， 所以我们欢迎他给我们来一首歌曲，好不好 ？Can you play the music?
Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Sorry about little hiccups in the beginning and the video playing twice. Technical issues. But I'm sure again you're happy to see those beautiful ladies a couple times. Alright, let's get back to our poll questions. Why did you decide to date foreign women overseas? And see what you have to say. Question from Mike. Will you be translating or helping us communicate with women after the first women meeting? Well, I would usually recommend just to do the direct communication because you can exchange phone numbers and use messengers. Like most of messengers, Viber has, and I believe Telegram as well has built-in translation feature. Not sure about WhatsApp, don't remember, but yeah, Viber, Telegram, you just push the message, it's just as translate, it will be automatically translating your message into English or Spanish or Chinese, whatever needs to be done. So yeah, you can always do that. If you really need our help, yes, you can use our interpretation services. You can still arrange video calls through us if you have to, but the fee still applies. So I suggest just use a Google Translate or AI Translate. It's going to be much easier. You can always, even in person, you can use those AI translation headphones. They're like $50 on Amazon. They're not. I have one of those. I tried them on my last trip to Europe. It was French. It was like, it was not that fantastic, but it does the job. $50 is $50. So you can always try that. So try the way that works for you. If you really need us to help you after your meeting, we'll be happy to help. If you're in country and you need to hire an interpreter, we definitely can help. It's $30 depending on the destination per hour. So then you can pay directly to the interpreter. All right. Cody, I decided to date Ukrainian women as the quality of women in the USA was not for me. A lot of good USA women, but the values were gone. Yeah, I agree. There is so many nice United States ladies in the United States here. They're wonderful. It's just for a lot of guys, that's not something they're looking for, and that's why they open their horizons and go overseas. Ashan, and I'm not engaged yet, but may possibly be engaged in August. Oh my God, that's so awesome. Going to Peru for my birthday. I'm sure I'll pop up on a live show in Peru again. Hopefully show in the office if you'll let me. Of course, I'll be happy to see you again. Hey, can you do the proposal during the show? I can get that arranged. Like I'll talk to Sarah, see what, maybe you and your future fiance can come in and we'll have live proposal. That would be fantastic. Let us know. I'm not sure your fiance will enjoy it, but maybe she will. So let us know. But this way the memory will be captured. You'll have a video of your proposal. So for your future, it'll be nice. Who else is gonna videotape it, right? More questions. 1 second. Nicholas, can I request to be introduced only to women with specific values, for example, religion, lifestyle, no smoke, etc.? Well, that's why we have a search engine on the website. When you go to loveme.com, on the left side, if you're using desktop, that's going to be on your left side. Somewhere like towards the middle, you will see a button that says Advanced Search Engine. You click on that and you enter your age criteria, again, religion, kids, no kids, English level, whatever it is you have in your mind, height, weight. Just enter your criteria, select a specific destination, it will pull up all profiles that match your criteria. Of course, when you go do a group tour or individual tour, you can also talk to your staff when you're on the ground, not prior that much, but when you're on the ground and you already started meeting ladies from your list, but if you feel like it's not going as well, you probably could use matchmaker's help. You talk to our staff then, because they need to get to know you first. So you cannot do it really before you get to destination, because they don't know you, you just, they see your basic profile, and profiles, men or women, is not always 100% accurate. They want to see you live. So when you're in your destination, you talk to them, and in most of places, they know ladies personally, not in all countries, like Ukraine or China, we work with affiliate partners. So it's a bit more complicated, so the staff doesn't know all this, thousands of women face to face. But in like Latin America, for example, all ladies sign up through local offices. The staff knows them, so they can make really good recommendations. All right, let's see what other questions we have. 1 second. So many questions, that's lovely. J-Boy, Anna, to answer your question, I went on tour last year to Ukraine, and in July returned to Ukraine on Odessa, Kiev tour. That's fantastic. Well, you have a great trip. Let us know how it went. I'm sure other guys would want to hear, because everybody's asking about Ukraine and how it goes, the safety and all this. So just please share our experience when you return, and hopefully you can be engaged and we hear something about that. Okay, Joe, hello. From your experience, which country is the most liberal or westernized in terms of gender relation? I guess, I mean, somewhat I can say China is, but I can say China is westernized, but it's, I guess that might be a little bit of China, because it's a little bit a different attitude. And so, for example, in Ukraine, again, let's take Eastern Europe, women always will expect you to pay for the restaurant bill, like it's like by default. Don't even ask, like split the bill. It's gonna be a huge offense if you even mention something like this. In China, not only lady is willing to split the bill, she's actually willing to pay for the entire bill and or pay for a men's trip, because ladies doing very well financially, they're doing great, but they they still want to find a life partner. But it's a little bit different dynamic in dating in China, so it's very different from the rest of destination that we go to. I don't know if I can compare, like as far as saying liberal, okay, maybe it's a little bit different, but as far as gender dynamics, China would be a little bit different. All right, Jeremy, I have a question, Anna. When you're leading a tour and the women that don't understand Ukrainian and not Russian, how do you navigate that? Oh yeah, it's always fun experience. Luckily, I usually do the Kiev tour, and Kiev is not very strict as far as Ukrainian speaking. Well, yes, at this point, pretty much all ladies prefer to speak Ukrainian, but then we talk, they get to know me a bit, and I was like, and I usually say, I'm from Belarus, I don't say I'm from Russia, which technically is right. I was born in Belarus and I lived there part of my life, so it's a little easier, so this way they're like, don't feel offended. So just like, I'm from Belarus, I don't speak Ukrainian, and they see I'm more or less normal. So, and they're more open to talk to me and accommodate me and speak Russian to me, because they know Russian. They're just, given the situation, I understand why they would not want to speak it. It's normal, So it's fine. And we don't go to Western Ukraine. Western Ukraine, even way before the war, when I was traveling there, like people, even if I knew it, so there is no way they would even, try to help me out with Russian. So like, okay, then we're gonna be speaking English. I stay at a hotel, and the staff, like, I know they speak Russian, and they know Russian at least, but it's not gonna be happening. It's like, okay, then we're gonna speak English. See how your English is. But again, pretty much all ladies are nice and friendly, and our staff is all Ukrainian speaking, but they accommodate me just because they understand the situation. So as long as you're nice, people are willing to help. But yes, it was way easier before. It was way easier to do Skype calls, because I work with a lot of executive clients and I do a lot of those video calls for them. So now I have to talk to, when we schedule calls, I have to talk to our Ukrainian staff prior. It's like, can you double check the language that lady prefers to speak? If it's like definitely want to speak Ukrainian only, well, I can do a call. I will have to find another interpreter. But if she's okay with Russian, then I can do it. So now we have to double check. But it's only me, the rest of our staff is really, Ukrainian or speaks both languages, so it's not an issue. So, for example, when you schedule a call, like I'm sure a lot of you guys worked with Kate from Odessa office, she speaks both Ukrainian and Russian, so it doesn't matter for her, she can switch to either or. I just still haven't learned Ukrainian, but I'm working on it. Okay, next question from Bruce. How has the war changed what Ukrainian women are looking for in foreign partner? Well, I wouldn't say that it changed anything as far as what they're looking for. They're still looking for the same qualities. They're looking for a good, reliable guy, that's family-oriented, somebody who they fall in love with, somebody who can take care of them and help them. Of course, now it's a little bit more motivated in finding a guy because their local dating options are limited. Not that desperately trying to get out of Ukraine. No, it's not the case. It's just because, even before the war, it was 55% of women versus 45% of men. It was a big disproportion to begin with. And now with the war, so many men at war, it's harder for ladies to meet someone, or they lost their partners in the current war. And also, I noticed, like, for example, last time when I was in Ukraine, you go to a restaurant and you see pretty much, 90% of people at the restaurant are women. You don't see any guys. Guys don't get out because with the military police, They, like you go outside, they grab you and ship you off to the military front. They send you off to the war. So guys are afraid to leave the house for no reason. So they're trying to avoid this as much as possible. And it's, I met a friend last time, and he barely left his house in the past 3 years. Just basics, just to go walk with his child in the in the yard. That's it. Just a brief trip to gym, but he's staying at home. So he made exception because was in town. He came for a quick meal, but that's it. People just afraid to leave the houses now. I'm talking about men. So dating is very, very difficult in Ukraine nowadays. And women still want to create families. They still want to move forward with their lives. All right, and next one. Bruce, how can a foreign man show empathy and strength when dating a Ukrainian woman who's endured so much? Well, just listen to her, That's always good to listen, to another person. So try to talk less, maybe try not to ask questions about politics or what she thinks about war. What can she think about war? It's horrible, it's awful. If she really wants to talk about herself, then just listen to it, but just be supportive, just be there for her. It's a very difficult time. All right, next is from Lakota. Congratulations to Anna. I'm off to Cebu again. Wow, nice. Have a safe trip to Cebu. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it again, and let us know how it goes. All right, next one, Arnold. How are you organizing dates or introduction with power outages, air raid sirens, or even relocation? Oh yeah, that's always fun, but that's why I always tell guys during the rotation they need to be patient, understanding, because guys still get frustrated when a woman is late for a date. I'm like, or don't show up for the date in some cases. Like, well, she was coming on subway, it shuts down, air alert, it shuts down. People go there for, just to hide from missiles and drones, so it doesn't work. So she can't get to you. Or even finding Uber ride during those hours is extremely difficult. To find Uber nowadays is difficult in Ukraine. As I mentioned, a lot of guys just hide in their homes, so it's less drivers working, so it's going to be a little bit longer wait time, so guys get used to it. But yes, it is difficult. As far as power outages, it's not much of a problem in most of cases, unless a lady has to wash her hair before the date and power outage and she can blow dry her hair. That causes some delays in dates too. But generally speaking, all restaurants has their power generator. Restaurants, hotels, some main supermarkets have their big generators, and as soon as power outage happens, give it a couple of minutes and it just kicks in and everything resumes. So it's not big of a deal. It's only affecting if you live in an apartment. Yes, so if you live in an apartment, it is what it is. That's why I recommend guys, when you go on your own to Ukraine, do not stay at Airbnb, even if you stay for the extended period of time. Yeah, I understand you want to have your laundry, you want to have your kitchen, but also you want to have power for more than 10 hours out of the day, whatever it is. Because there is a power outage schedule. I noticed they're really not following that much in Kiev. Maybe other cities more, but not in Kiev. So you need to be prepared for that. So stay at hotels. So hotels, pretty much all hotels nowadays have bomb shelters. It's helpful. Just in case of something, you hear the alert, you can always go down to the basement of a hotel. Like Rus Hotel that we use for group tours, bomb shelter is in the gym. So you combine your exercise while you're waiting for this to be over. So good for your health. But yeah, basically it's affecting dates somewhat, so as long as you guys don't get frustrated, it's gonna be okay. And as far as the relocation, well, that will, before scheduled date, we'll tell you. So you'll let us know the ID number of the lady you want to meet. We'll call her and she's like, well, I'm not in European anymore, I'm living in Germany. Then we'll tell you, okay, well, she's out of the country. If you really want to meet her, well, you can go to Germany, we'll arrange your date in Germany, but we'll talk to you about it in each specific case. All right, next one is from Dean. Dean, 35, from South Carolina. Paul, answer. I've had nothing but bad luck trying to date locally, and I'm very impressed with my experience as testimonies from other men with AFA. I'm very attracted to quality women in Ukraine and Eastern Europe with their beauty, intelligence, and character. Question. Would you recommend trying to go to Ukraine while the war continues, or would you recommend waiting until it ends? Well, the war has been going on for 3 years now. So I've been already myself to Ukraine a few times. So, you know, if we'll be waiting for it to be over, who knows when it's going to be over. Like, for example, that, you know, started the conflict, the war in eastern Ukraine. You know, it's been going on for, you know, for decade now, pretty much, and still no signs of it to be over. So God only knows when this conflict is going to be over. A lot of guys were, believe in the promises that this Ukraine war going to be over beginning of the year, or it's going to be over in the spring. No, it's really obviously it's not happening anytime soon. So just if you're writing to someone, just go meet this woman. If you're not feeling comfortable to travel to Ukraine this time, which is understandable, I don't blame you. You can talk to your lady and ask if she will meet you at the very least on the western border of Ukraine, so you can go to Lviv, opposite end of the military action. So Lviv is more or less fine. So you can meet her in Lviv, or if you're not even comfortable crossing the border, then ask her to meet you in somewhere in Poland or Moldova, depending what part of Ukraine she's from. Because like she's from Odessa, it's only 4 hours bus ride for her to Moldova, and you just meet there. It's not a big deal. Of course, if she's from Kyiv or eastern Ukraine, it would be Poland, but that's gonna take some time. So even from Kyiv, it's 19 hours overnight train ride, or 15, 16, 17 hours bus ride, plus customs and all this fun. So it is difficult for ladies. But hey, if you had some correspondence, you had video calls, you feel a strong connection, then go for it, ask her, and we'll help you to arrange that. Right, more question, guys. Next one is from Charles. Hi, Anna. The answer to the poll question. Officially since November 12, 2012. Unofficially February 7th, 1993. I like how you remember the dates. I can't remember what happened yesterday, memory of a goldfish, but I like how you remember specific dates of each year. The reason why I want to date foreign women is because I want to hopefully find my future partner. Question, please explain my meeting section. I'm not sure I understand the question though. Explain my meeting section. Maybe I'm thinking maybe you're talking about meeting section on the website when you look at the lady's profile and it says how to meet, and the first link says personal introduction. So if you're traveling by yourself and want just meet 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 ladies in whatever selected city, that's your link. Click on that, place an order. We charge $150 office fee and $250 per each meeting. If you want to meet a bunch of different ladies in that specific city, let's say again Kyiv, Odessa, if we're talking about Ukraine, or Cebu or Davao, wherever we have offices and we can help, you can schedule individual tour, which is the next link below that. So you click that. That's $24.95 for the package of introductions. And I'm assuming, I don't remember too well, but I'm assuming the next one below that should be group tours. So you select the group tours. So you have a bunch of different options, guys, for you to meet the ladies. There is different tools. If you can't go on a tour or not feeling like going on a tour, that's fine. We can accommodate you individually. Just let us know whom and where you want to meet. We'll be happy to help. Okay. Don, why didn't you stop off in Ireland, Anna? Well, actually, I still would like to make it to Ireland. I don't know. Somehow Ireland was not on our map, but would be lovely to go there one day. Cody, my wife has turned American in a lot of ways, being here 5 years. Yeah, it's a lot of guys asking this, will she get Americanized? Well, people don't change their core values, how whatever they brought up, they're gonna stay the same way, but they might adjust some of their habits, some of their views just based on the environment they live in, so that's very natural. Alright, next one is from Lewis. What's the safest and most respectful way for a man to travel to Ukraine or a bordering country to meet women? Well, if you're willing to travel to Ukraine, that's fantastic. Again, that's easiest for us, easiest for ladies, so they don't have to go anywhere. So you just tell us where and when you're traveling, and our Ukraine staff will arrange your meetings. So that's just let us know when and where you go. That's all we need to know. If you are expecting ladies to travel to neighboring country like Poland or Moldova, possibly Romania, although that's less convenient, to travel to meet you there, it's also possible. But in those cases, I would really recommend to communicate with ladies for some time. You don't have to do extensive correspondence for 5 months, of course, but some, was more appropriate, and really do video call. So maybe do you want to do maybe a few weeks of correspondence, but then really do a video call, see each other face to face before two of you commit to such long travel. Because it's difficult for a lady, as I mentioned, easily 20 hours plus travel time each direction. She would need to take those days off work. If she has a child, figure out what she's doing with the child, because you can't just leave a kid at home, we're like, okay, here's Thursday, I'll see you on Tuesday, hi 5-year-old, I'll come back to you. So it's, it's complicated for ladies. So do video call, make sure you're compatible and really interested in each other before, two of you commit. And after that, I'd suggest to do contact information exchange. You can do the IMBRA process, and so you can do direct correspondence after that. So not through the website, but WhatsApp, Viber, whatever it is. And the reason why I'm suggesting, because the lady would need some money to travel, it costs money. And a lot of ladies don't have the available funds to travel to neighboring country to see you, so she'll expect you to send, some Western Union or whatever it is, MoneyGram to her. So since we do not assist with that, two of you would need to figure out directly. So do the contact information exchange. If that somehow doesn't work for two of you, we'll reach out to us. We'll talk about it. We'll see what we can do in this case. But contact information exchange is preferred way. All right. Joe, why would you go somewhere that has the same issues you're trying to get away from? But the world is global, and I understand you wanna date the traditional ladies, but it's spread. The Western culture spreads everywhere, so it's people are different. Some are more affected by it than others, so just keep that in mind. All right, next one from Jeremy. You definitely still have to put in the work to win over these ladies. I can only speak for Ukraine, but even with the war, wanting these ladies are not desperate to just marry anyone. Thank you, Jeremy. I completely agree. So guys think because yes, there is a war in Ukraine, as soon as I show up on the doorstep, a woman should just fall in love from me madly because I have a blue passport. That's all it takes. No, it takes more than that. Yes, it takes charm, charisma. You need to still impress a woman. You need to prove to her that you are the life partner that she needs and that she wants. So two of you need to fall in love. So it's still complicated. So just a blue passport is not enough for two people to fall in love. Gopher, where do you get the best age range amongst the ladies as regards to country? So if we're talking about big age gap, Philippines is your destination. Ladies are completely open. That's only exception to the rules, because in some countries, some more, some less. In some it's like ladies prefer 5 to 10 years age gap. Some countries they open 15, 20. But Philippines, it's the only place where ladies really don't care and they're open to anything. So Philippines, I guess, would be the best choice. Right? Edgar, what qualities do you believe foreign men must have to date a Slavic woman in today's climate? That's our qualities. Well, again, you have to be reliable and consistent. In this unreliable world, you need to show her that you're gonna be her rock, that she can rely on you. That's probably the most important. So if you say something, you're gonna do it, you do it. So if you promise to come, let's say in July, you come in July, and you're like, oh, I'll come to you in the next few years, let's chat for now. No, they don't want that. They don't want pen pals, they don't want keyboard Romeos, they want, a life partner now. So yeah, probably just show her that you're serious. Dean, how do Ukrainian women feel about American men? Well, they feel great about them. I mean, again, of course, American men are different, so is Ukrainian women, but the general idea, as I've heard, the American men are reliable, stable, they make good life partners, so that's why they're open to date them. J-Boy, how do you recommend approach questions to ask ladies at a social as I first meet them versus one-on-one date in Ukraine? Type of questions or how to approach it? Is it okay to bring small gift from US? Well, as far as bring a small gift from US, absolutely, yeah, just bring something cute. Maybe not a fridge magnet, it's kind of lame. but something, I don't know, whatever your area is famous for, Wisconsin cheese, whatever it is. Just something cute. So it doesn't have to be, new perfume, just something to represent your state. As far as question to ask ladies, social. Well, the social, you don't have that much time to get to know a lady. Just basically the whole point of a social is just see them face to face and see there maybe quick spark or connection there. Just get her phone number, get as many phone numbers as you can of the ladies that you potentially might be interested in. And then you follow up with questions, really get to know them. I don't think you're gonna have enough time at the social to ask really deep, serious questions to any of the ladies. So that's where you get to know her one-on-one date. So, just make a nice small talk. Excuse me. Make a nice small talk and get your phone number and then ask her for a date out right there and schedule something. Your interpreter will help you. Jeremy, that's one reason I want to move to Odessa. I don't want my wife to become Americanized. Well, again, this Americanized, she's not gonna change her core values. I mean, she can change some ways how she goes about things, how she does laundry or whatever, but it's not like she's gonna, it's gonna be Dr. Jekyll and Hyde, she's not gonna turn a whole new person as soon as she gets here. No, she's just gonna look at some things. Yeah, she's gonna adjust to some things, but still. Brent. Hi Anna, Brent here. I have 4 questions. I fill out my profiles, so what would my next step? Do I need to have a background check before I can proceed with the process? Oh, 1 second. I'm from Maryland, so that's required for me. All right, so before I go to the next question, let's work on the Maryland thing. So guys, if you're somehow from Maryland state, keep in mind before you schedule any introductions or contact information exchange, you do need to have this police report from Maryland. So if you're not currently planning on traveling or exchanging contact information, don't start on that because it expires after a certain amount of time. So don't get one now. It's gonna just sit on your desk for a while, and in a year from now you decide to go on a tour. It's no longer good. So just keep in mind that you will need it in the future. It usually takes, I hear from guys, about 7-10 days to get it. So plan accordingly. So don't do it at the last day before you leave for the tour or whatever you have scheduled. So plan accordingly. But for now, you don't need to do anything about this Maryland thing. There is a phone, again, how to obtain the Maryland background form. There is a phone number you call Maryland Department of Corrections, tell them you need background check record, and I believe you do need to get fingerprinted for that. You might have to go in their office, I believe, but some guys were saying they need to, some not, but I'm not too sure. So you have to get it done, again, 7-10 days later, sometimes faster if you guys get lucky. You get it and you will send it to us. So if you're doing a group tour, you will send it to Michelle, so she will have it on file for your group tour. If you're doing any individual services like introductions, individual tour, or Imbra, that would be me, so you send it to me, because we would have to present a copy of this police report to each lady that you meet, and she needs to sign it, and the date needs to be correct. So, like, for example, guys saying like, oh, how about I meet the lady now, or we do Imbra now, and I'm gonna send you this report later. No, because, so let's say you meet lady July 1st, but your report is dated July 10th, it's not going to fly with immigration. So she's never going to get her visa, because it's way off. So you don't want to jeopardize your future. Well, we don't want to get in trouble, but also you don't want to jeopardize your future visa. So it's very important to get the dates correct on that. All right, next question. Do you ever have live seminars on the East Coast? Yes, we do, and I'm sure we're gonna have that in the second half of the year. I know it's in the works, but I don't have it scheduled yet. Next question: do I pay the premium fee? Premium fee once, or there is a situation where you have to pay it twice? So if you're talking the platinum membership, there is $95 activation fee when you pay for the first month, and each additional month you pay $29.95, so $30 for each additional month. If you cancel it and you decide to renew it 6 months later, you have to reactivate it again for $95. All right, if I saw a woman in one of your videos I was interested in contacting but can't find her using your search engine, would your service be able to help me contact her? Thanks, Brent. Possibly. So what you need to do is do a screenshot of that video, like where she's in that video, and also send us the link for the video, so we can figure out which location the video was taken. You know, what country, what city, possibly what months, and we're gonna send it to local staff and see if they recognize her. If it's a Latin American one, it's so much easier. Yes, most likely they recognize their ladies. If it's Ukrainian social, it's 50-50 at the best. But we're definitely gonna check and see if somebody remembers her. Cody, Anna, you're exactly right, Americanizing women. Well, I've been living here for 20 years, so I experienced that myself a bit, but still, again, I'm who I am, you know, from nothing changing, just change a few things. Go for sorry, Anna, I'm looking for someone from 39 to 55 as regards what ages attend the social. Well, majority of ladies is gonna be in their 20s, 30s. They're gonna be less ladies 39 to 55. I would say it's about, regardless of the country, it's gonna be probably 15% of the ladies at the social, plus minus. So it's still worth going, you know, again, like 15% of ladies is still a lot. So worth checking it out. And if you didn't find someone you're looking for, you just give us your list of ladies and we arrange individual dates. Right, we have a lot of questions tonight. Lovely. Brian, have you guys thought about 2026 schedule to? Yes, we do, and we usually post the schedule around September, end of August, beginning of September. Every year we post it. So months and a half from now, you're probably gonna see it. But I'm not sure what destination, what dates, because we like to change it a bit. Right, poll question. No woman is perfect, just like no man is perfect, but it has to be something better than dealing with women that are brainwashed to hate men no matter what. Not all of them, but too many of them like that. Well, I mean, people complicated creatures in every destination, so yeah, sometimes it's just good to go to a different culture and experience it. So I can't say that, okay, American women are brainwashed or anything like that, but the dating in this country can be challenging. I hear it from a lot of guys. So, you know, if you want a fresh start and go kind of look outside of the box, sure, that's a great option. Just go date overseas. There's so many lovely ladies over there. Brent, 2 weeks. I'm a teacher, so I'm familiar with the process. That is great. Right, let me double check if I have no more questions. All right, no more questions for tonight, guys. Well, thank you for watching tonight. We're looking forward to see you next week. Have a good night.
Chinese ladies, they, some of them would like to find their true love. Nowadays, the China society become very developed, and the people who are being single or being divorced